My fellow Americans, I'm Robert Morrison. I'm the Liberty Party candidate for President of the United States. When I was forced out of my job in Washington, our dear friend Diane rushed to offer help. I'll have Mr. Perot call you. He knows what to do. Mr. Perot called me on the appointed date at 2 p.m. sharp. I listened carefully as the billionaire entrepreneur counseled me. That famous twang was on the line. He urged me to consult the want ads in the classified pages of the Washington Post. Think about jobs.gov for positions with the federal government. There's an employment office on Capitol Hill for jobs with Congress. And as a final tip, he suggested I go to the National Security Agency. NSA is close to our home. I respectfully thanked Mr. Perot for his time. He hung up at 2:02 p.m. Soon I got a job, but with my friend's help. Every day I drove into Washington, and coming home every night, Roshan would be there, at the corner of Bladensburg Road and New York Avenue. Roshan was panhandling. It was his station. Some days I'd see Roshan coming out of the corner deli with a brown bag with a bottle in it. But Roshan would leave it at the curb at the deli. Most days it took 2 changes of traffic light to get through the intersection. Over time, Roshan recognized and engaged me. I looked forward to our meetings. I gave him money, but I also gave him things he needed, like boots for the winter. Roshan was my panhandler, and he was also my counselor. He inquired about my stress. I seemed to be troubled, Roshan said. How did he know? He asked about my family. What problems? I told him our teenage son had dyed his hair orange. He goofed off in his studies. He wasn't performing in class up to his abilities. Thinking, Roshan said, "Do you say something positive to your son every day?" Both his mother and I came home exhausted every night. Her job as commanding officer of the Naval Academy Clinic was very stressful. So was mine in a Washington think tank. I realized I hadn't given our teenage son a word of encouragement, a word of praise, in months. I changed that. I followed Roshan's advice. I looked for things to thank our son for. I made a point of sharing praise and a positive note. Roshan was a tall, slender black man of vast dignity. He was a panhandler who made me feel that he was a blessing to me, and so he was. Roshan gave me his time and his thoughts. It is his counsel that I will always cherish. If you support our Liberty Party, we will never assume that the billionaires know best for us, or even care about us. We believe in a government of the people, by the people, for the people. And we pray for an orderly and safe election with mail-in ballots. I'm Robert Morrison, and thanks for listening.